Welcome to Life in Calgary, Alberta. I'm your host, Patrick Murray. And guys, if you want to know what's happening in the Calgary real estate market right now, then stay tuned because I'm going to share some information with you. It's going to blow your mind as to what's going on in our city in real estate right now. And if this is your first time to this channel and you want to know what it's like to eat, sleep, breathe, live and play in Calgary, Alberta, then guys, just hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so you get notified every single time I release a new video. Now I gotta tell you, I've been living in Calgary since 2001 and I've been a realtor here since 2010. So I've got some specialized knowledge about the real estate market here in our city and the surrounding bedroom community. So if you are considering a move here and you want to purchase a home, feel free to reach out to me, send me a text, an email, or a phone call. I will absolutely get back to you. Okay guys, let's do this right now. Let's talk about what's happening in the Calgary real estate market right after this. Okay, everybody, so let's get into this right now. Let's talk about what's going on in the city of Calgary. Now, before we move forward and look at what's going on with the different product types, we're going to look at detached homes, semi-detached homes, row homes, which are townhomes, and then condominium apartments. But first, this is the city of Calgary. So we're going to talk about the city of Calgary as a whole. And then we're going to break down the city into areas. So in the middle, this purpley area, this area here is the city center. If we go to the left or to the west, if you will, this is the west area of the city. Then if we go up, this kind of darker pink is the northwest. At the top, at 12 o'clock, if you will, we have the north. Then we go to the northeast. This is the second most affordable area in the city. Then we go to the east, which is at 3 o'clock. This is the most affordable area in the city. And then we go down to the southeast, which is this yellow, and then what's called the South District, which also encompasses a lot of the southwest area of the city. All right, guys, so let's jump into some stats here and talk about what's happening in the city of Calgary. All right, guys, so here we go. So just going to scroll here. So this is for detached homes throughout the entire city of Calgary, and it's telling us what's going on within the market. And first off, let's look at this dial. So the absorption rate is 92.73, pardon me, 0.37%. And that is a strong seller's market. So 100% it means we're sold out of all the inventory that we had available. 50% to that 30% is a balanced market where sellers and buyers there's no upper hand. It's kind of equal both ways. Below 30% is a buyer's market. So right now you can see we're well above that 50% threshold, which is a strong seller's market. And here it says that as of June 2023, we had 1,651 listings available, and 1,525 of those detached homes listed, or 92.37% of them, were sold. Wow. So that really tells you that our market is still pretty hot as of the end of June. Now, the benchmark price for detached homes is $685,100 as of the end of June 2023. Month to month, that's up 1.65% from May. Year to year, it's up 6.09%. Now, this chart over here, this is a 13-month price chart. On the far right, we have right now, which is June at 685,100. And then we can see May as we go to the left, May, April, so on and so forth. And last year, we can see it was 654,800. So we've come a long ways in our pricing. We're certainly still trending upwards, no doubt about it. Now, something that's interesting to me, and we'll look at the other charts too and let that tell the story as well. But, at the beginning of the year, we had the CREB forecast in the beginning of January, and that CREB forecast. And again, credit to our real estate economist. She's very conservative in her estimates, and her thinking was that, and not just her, but with all of her staff, is that the market was going to be fairly flat. And it wasn't just her. There were other economists throughout Canada that were saying the same thing. Our market in Calgary was going to be flat, might even contract 1 to 2%. So here we are. Here's January stats at that 623,900. And you can see it was trending up, up, up. But here we are in June at 685,100. Now, so I don't have my crystal ball, so I can't tell you what the future is going to hold for us, but I can certainly tell you where we've come from. And this is where we've come from. So we are defying the predictions that were set forth for our great city. And here we are here. This is the 10-year price chart. And it kind of shows you, you know, Calgary was, up and down, kind of flat for a while. While the rest of the country was seeing that great growth in their real estate markets, we weren't. And so now, at the last few years, it's a shock to the system for a lot of buyers and a lot of people wanting to get in the market here, and a lot of people that are, kind of used to that that stagnant market prices that we've had where we've been up and down in that fluctuation, and now we've been exploding upwards. But we're just playing catch up in the market. We're still very affordable city comparatively if you're looking at the larger centers within Canada. So while they were all growing, we weren't, and now it's our turn, and we're still playing catch up. Yes, our prices are much higher than they have been in the past, but like I said, we're still very, very affordable. And here, this demonstrates here, this active versus sold listings, just demonstrates a little bit further as to what we talked about, that there were that 1,651 properties for sale, which is up month to month, 11.4% from May. That means the number of properties available to purchase. Year to year, though, it's down 38.1%. And that's really telling because we clearly need more product. Yes, interest rates have been going up. Yes, there's inflation going on, but we have a lot of migration here, and we don't have enough properties to sell, and we don't have enough properties to rent. And when people don't have enough properties to rent, they start turning to the sale market. So that's partly what's really driving our market right now. Now, the number of sales, 1,525 versus that 1,651 that were for sale. Month to month, the sold properties are up 2.62% from May. Year to year, even though the market is down, it's up 2.83% from June of 2022. So that's a year ago. And that is pretty incredible considering it was down 38%, the number of active properties. We have 38% less properties for sale, yet we're up 2.83%, 83% for the number of homes being sold. And this chart here just shows days on market. So average days on market last month for detached homes was 20 days on market. You can see fairly comparable to last year when it was 24 days on market. And down at the bottom here, this chart shows you the distribution. The majority of sales coming in at $500,000 to $600,000 range, followed by that $600,000 to $700,000 range, followed by that $700,000 to $800,000, $400,000 to $500,000 next, and then over to that $800,000 to $900,000 range. And then skips this one here, goes up that 1 million to 1.5 million range. This always gets me. We have these homes 900 to a million, yet it seems the last several months we're seeing a real uptick in this $1 to $1.5 million range. So to me, that's just interesting, something to know. All right, so that's detached homes. Now let's talk about semi-detached homes. So semi-detached homes, for those of you that are unfamiliar with that terminology, that means like duplex, if you will. And here's our listing absorption rate at 89.55%. So still a very strong market. You saw the detached market was very strong. Our semi-detached market is very strong. So, as of June 2023, we had 268 listings, 240 of them sold in June. And if we look at the benchmark price, it's $613,100. That's up month over month, 2.1% from May, year over year, up nearly 6% from last June. And here's that 13-month price trend chart where you can see the benchmark price in June. Benchmark price last June was $578,500. And, again, don't have that crystal ball, but it certainly shows me that prices are continuing to trend up. And again, it's that supply issue. And then we have the benchmark price trend over the last 10 years. Here we are. Again, this says 585, 567. 2023 isn't done, so we can't say definitively what that price is, but we can see it's higher than 2022, much higher than 2021. And you can see where it's gone up and down. Blue is down, this black is up, where it's fluctuated up and down over the last several years. And here we are playing catch up again in our market. And here to demonstrate a little bit more just so you can understand the actives, there were 268 active properties for sale, 240 sold. Of those actives, that's up 14.53%. And yet, number of properties for sale. So that's good. A little more supply than there was last month. Year to year, though, down 35% from last June. The sales or the sold properties month to month is down 13.98%. And year over year, the number of sold properties is up 7.62%, even though, and that's year over year, guys, even though year over year we're down 35%. So that's, again, really telling the fact that we need more properties for sale. And then again, just days on market, 19 days on market. You can see last June it was 25 days. So, a little bit hotter than it was the last year. Days on market is down. And again, this price distribution, that 5 to 600,000 range is the majority of the homes being sold, 23.83%, and then followed by the 4 to 500,000 dollar range, and then followed by the $300,000 to $400,000 range. Of course, there's not many of them, 148 of them. And then we've got this $800,000 to $900,000 range. Again, semi-detached homes. There are some beautiful semi-detached homes out there. Followed by the $700,000 to $800,000 range, and that $600,000 to $700 range. Okay, now we're going to look at row homes, and row homes are townhomes, guys. So check out this dial here. The absorption rate isn't just 100%. It's not a strong seller's market. It's past that 100%. It's 123.88%. So as of June 2023, we had 423 listings. There were 524 listings that were sold in June. So dipping into, inventory from previous months, that sort of thing. Benchmark price is up 2.43% from May, up 11.23% from June of last year. The benchmark price right now is $400,000 for a townhome. And here we can see that 13-month price chart. Again, here's June of last year. And then we can go along, we can see, it'll fluctuate up and down. That's pretty normal where we see it trend up and down. The summertime, we'll often see the chart go down a little bit because people are on holidays. There aren't as many sales because people have got that out of their way. They've got their properties sold at the end of the school year. Their new properties secured for the beginning of the school year already. And now they're on holidays or they're settling in, that sort of thing. So we see less transactions. And then in the winter, we often see a little bit of an uptick in the September, October. You can see it's down a little bit here. Goes down a little bit in those winter months and then it starts trending upwards again quite often. But wow, we've really trended upwards from last June to this June. So that, again, that's very telling of what's going on and the need for more inventory. And here's that 10-year price chart. 378, again, the year isn't over, but certainly higher than 2022, 2023. In fact, it's the highest it's been in 10 years. And last but not least, looking at Citywide, this is apartment condominiums. It's a strong seller's market. The listing absorption rate was 76.79%, meaning as of June 2023, we had 1,116 listings. 857 of those listings were sold, which is 76.79%, making that absorption rate. Now, the benchmark price is $303,200. Month over month, that's up 1.54% from May. Year over year, it's up 11.76% from last June. Here's that 13-month price trend chart. Ooh, say that 10 times real fast. And you can see that, it's been quite strong, trending up. And again, this is a market that people are turning to because prices are rising. So this is a little bit more affordable given the interest rate hikes, that sort of thing. And then the 10-year price chart trend. 2023 isn't over, but I can probably predict we're going to finish higher than 2014. We'll see if that comes true. We've got 6 more months in this year. But you can see that, again, we had a few rough years here, and we had an oversupply of condominium apartments for many years. That is no longer the case. In fact, if you're selling or looking to sell or looking to assist buyers in this $300,000 range, the apartments are still going very quickly, competing offers, that sort of thing. So it is a very market for apartment condominiums at this time. All right, so here we go. Now we're going to break into the areas, and not going to go into as much detail as we did earlier, looking at the city as a whole, but we will break down to the separate areas of the city. There are 8 districts again, starting in that city center in the middle, moving west. You'll see at 9 o'clock here on the map. That's the West District. Then we'll go up, going clockwise. This will be the northwest, followed by north, this blue area at 12 o'clock. Then over to this pink area, which is the northeast at around 1 o'clock or so, 1:30. At 3 o'clock, we have the east. Then down the bottom right, we have the southeast area. And then at 6 o'clock, we have what encompasses the south area, if you will, which also includes a great area of the southwest. Okay, let's get into looking at what's going on in each of these communities. Okay, guys, here we go. Let's look at the different sectors of the city, starting with the city center, and we'll start with detached homes. So there were 356 of homes for sale in the inner city. For detached homes, 178 sales, which explains the 50% listing absorption rate. Now, we're just on the cusp of a seller's versus a balanced market here. But check out the benchmark pricing. The benchmark price here is $857,500 month over month. That's up 1.37% from last year, or pardon me, from last month, I should say, in May. Year over year is up 3.4%, just 33 days on market. So before we move forward, let's look at the dials here. You're going to see different dials and different absorption rates in different areas of the city. Now, the city center and the west sectors of the city are some of the most expensive areas of the city. And you can see by the benchmark price here for a detached home that we're probably narrowing our pool of buyers when we're looking at prices like this. So that probably explains a little bit why the absorption rate is such in the inner city here. Now, let's move forward into semi-detached homes. There were 131 active, 69 sold, explaining the 53% listing absorption rate. We're just into a seller's market here. Benchmark price is $847,300. Month over month, that's up 1.83% from May. Year over year, it's up, what's that? 3.89% from June of last year. 25 days on market. If we look at townhomes now, guys, remember the townhome price for the city of Calgary was roughly around $400,000. In the inner city, it's $544,800 for the benchmark price. That's up 1.62% from May. Year over year, it's up 7.63% from last June. There were 89 actives, but 79 sales, just 23 days on market. So that listing absorption rate is at 89%, which is a strong seller's market for townhomes here. And we are in a seller's market for apartment condominiums. Again, the price here is above the citywide average. It's $328,200. That's up 0.8% from May. Year over year, it's up 6.7% from last June. There were 641 actives. Again, the inner city has more condominiums because it does include the downtown and those high rises, that sort of thing. 383 sales, though, explaining the 60% listing absorption rate, 34 days on market. All right, moving to the west. This is another of the more expensive areas of the city. Again, look at these dials. Looks a little bit different from the dials in the inner city, but let's start with detached homes here. So there were 193 actives, 158 sales, explaining the 82% listing absorption rate, strong seller's market. The benchmark price here is $877,500, which is up 1.26% from May. Year over year, it's up 5.62% from June, just 17 days on market. Looking at the semi-detached homes, or duplexes, if you will, strong seller's market because out of the 20 actives, there were 20 sales. Benchmark price here is $746,800. That's up 1.16% from May. Year over year, it's up 7.14%, just 14 days on market. And row houses or townhomes, strong seller's market. There were 57 active, 50 sales, hence the 88% listing absorption rate. The benchmark price here is $408,400, which is up 0.79% from last month and up 9.14% from last June. Just 21 days on market. And for the apartment condominiums, Again, we're in seller's market territory. There were 101 actives here, 63 sales. The benchmark price is $313,100, which is up 1.46% from May. Year over year, it's up 9.94% from June, just 23 days on market. Just like the inner city, these month-to-month arrows and these year-to-year arrows are up. So we are seeing growth. All right, and looking at the northwest sector of the city, look at these dials, 100% across the board and then 90%. Let's start with detached homes. There were 179 actives, but 227 sales. So the absorption rate is well over 100% here. The benchmark price for a detached home in the Northwest is $716,200, which is up 0.55% from May. Year over year, it's up 7.57% from June, just 18 days on market. Looking at semi-detached homes, there were 16 actives, but 20 sales. So the listing absorption is over 100%. The benchmark price here, $585,900, which is up 1.98% from May. I'll say that again because I said that really fast. 1.98% from May. Year over year, it's up 5.83% from June. Just 15 days on market. And looking at the row homes, 33 actives, but 45 sales. So the absorption rate well over 100%. Strong seller's market. The benchmark price here, $390,600. Month over month, that's up 2.76% from May. Year over year, it's up 6.46% from June. Just 20 days on market. And apartment condominiums, a strong seller's market. There were 78 actives, 70 sales, explaining the 90% listing absorption rate. The benchmark price, $274,200. Month over month, that's up 1.67% from last month. Year over year, up 10.3% from last June. 32 days on market. All right, moving to the north sector of the city. Again, look at the dials, 100% across the board. Wow. Let's start with detached homes. There were 164 active listings last month that came on the market. 204 sold. Benchmark price is $631,100 month over month. That's up 2.34% from May. Year over year, it's up 6.5%. And it's 17 days on market. So our listing absorption rate well over 100% here. Looking at semi-detached homes, it's a strong seller's market. There were 15 actives, but 17 sold. The benchmark price, $483,500, which is up 1.88% from May from last month, guys. Year over year, it's up 5.2% from June of last year. Just 11 days on market, so flying off the shelves here. And looking at row homes, strong seller's market because of the 56 actives that came on the market. There were 92 sales. The benchmark price here, $379,800, which is up 1.91% from last month. Year over year, up 9.77% from last June. Just 15 days on market. And apartment condominiums, strong seller's market because there were 53 actives that came on the market, but 58 sales. The benchmark price here, $286,300 month over month. That's up 3.13% from last month. Year over year, guys, hold on to your socks. 18.01% from last year, June of last year. Wow. And 20 days on market. So in real estate, we generally look to make, at least 3% on our home if we can. That 3% level is kind of the benchmark where we want to see our home growing in value. In last year to this year, it's jumped 18% for apartment condominiums in the north sector of the city. Okay, looking at the northeast sector of the city, this is the second most affordable area of the city. Again, look at these charts, very strong seller's market all the way across. Starting with detached homes, there were 257 actives, 222 sales, explaining the 86% listing absorption rate. Again, like I said, strong seller's market. The benchmark price here, different than our city average, as you're seeing. It's $529,000, but don't let that fool you because that's still up 2.1% from last month. And year over year, it's up 9.55% from June of last year, just 23 days on market. Looking at detached homes in the Northeast, there were 25 active homes that came on the market with 33 sales. The benchmark price here, $377,800. Month over month, that's up 2.08% from last month, but year over year, it's up 11.61% from June of 2022, just 17 days on market. And guys, let's look at the row homes. There were 77 homes that came on for sale, but there were 87 sales. Strong seller's market. The benchmark price here, $307,700. That's up 4.13% from last month. Year over year, guys, almost 22% growth at 21.96% from June of 2022. Days on market is 22. Let's look at the apartment condominiums. There were 57 properties that came on the market in June, 60 sold though. The benchmark price here is $249,400. That's up 2.34% from May. Year over year, it's up 13.42%, just 26 days on market. And now we go to the east sector of the city. This is the most affordable sector of the city. But again, don't let that fool you, because look at these dials and look at these arrows. Everything's up, up, up. So let's take a look. Let's dive in. Looking at the detached homes, it's strong seller's market because there were 43 actives that came on, but there were 61 sales. Explaining that, or saying that this listing absorption rate is going to be over 100%. The benchmark price here is $446,800. That's up 3.59% from May. Year over year, it's up 16.63% from June of 2022. Just 16 days on market. And looking at the semi-detached homes, there were 11 actives, but 12 sold. The benchmark price here is $336,300 month over month. That's up 3.41% from last month. Year over year, 17.79% growth from June of 2022. That's 19 days on market on average. And looking at the row homes or townhomes, if you will, 6 actives, but there were 12 sales. So listing absorption well over 100%. Strong seller's market. The benchmark price here, $233,900. That's up 6.56% from May. Year over year, almost 14% growth. 22 days on market. Looking at apartment condominiums, there were 24 actives, there were 18 sales, explaining the 75% listing absorption rate, but it's still a strong seller's market with a benchmark price of $203,300. That's up 3.15% from last month, up 13.89% from June of 2022, and just 15 days on market. And looking to the southeast sector of the city, again, look at these dials, look at these arrows, just like all the other charts I've showed you. Growth, everything's up month to month, year over year, and you're going to continue to see that here. Starting with detached homes, there were 164 properties that came on the market, but there were 196 sales, so a strong seller's market. The listing absorption is actually over 100%. The benchmark price here is $662,300 month over month. That's up to 2.03% from last month. Year over year, it's up 4.33%. 18 days on market. Okay, semi-detached homes. There were 18 properties that came on the market, but there were 26 sales. The benchmark price here, $468,300. That's up 2.27% from May, and year over year, it's up 5.57% from June of last year. 23 days on market. Looking at the row or townhomes, there were 56 properties that came on the market, but 73 sold. That's a strong seller's market, guys. Listing absorption rate over 100%. The benchmark price here, $403,600, comparable to our city average. Month over month, it's up 2.05% from last month, and year over year, it's up 9.61% from June of 2022, just 20 days on market. And apartment condominiums, 58 actives came on, 79 sold. Benchmark price here, $313,500. So month over month, that's up 1.79% from last month. Year over year, it's up 12.29% from June of 2022. Just 26 days on market. And we're going to round out our tour of the areas of the city, or the districts of the city, if you will, with the South District here. Again, look at these charts, 97 and then 100 across the board. All the arrows are pointing up, as I mentioned before. Detached homes, there were 283 that came on the market. There were 275 that sold. So that explains that 97% listing absorption rate. Of course, a strong seller's market. The benchmark price here, $657,500, which is up 1.75% from May, and year over year, it's up 5.25% from June of 2022. Just 18 days on market. Looking at the semi-detached properties, 29 came on the market, but 42 sold. The benchmark price here is $477,700. That's up 1.34% from May, and year over year, it's up 5.62%. 18 days on market, and of course, a strong seller's market. Continuing that trend of a strong seller's market, looking at the row homes in the South District, there were 48 that came on, but guys, 83 sold. Month over month, look at this. Month over month, prices rose 5.08% from last month. Year over year, it's up 18.5% from June of 2022. 15 days on market. And apartment condominiums, again, that listing absorption rate is going to be over 100% because there were 104 that came on, but 126 sold. The benchmark price here, $270,800, up 2.7, what is that? 2.72, 2.73% from May of 2022. Year over year, it's up 13.31% from June of 2022. Guys, just 22 days on average on market. Like I said, guys, if you are considering a move here and you want to purchase a home, feel free to reach out to me. My information is below. Send me a text, an email, phone call. I will absolutely get back to you so you can start living your life in Calgary, Alberta.